Welcome to Let's Talk Influence. My name is Ashvin Dhyriam and I'm here sitting with Kirubashankar, author, speaker, agriculturalist, professor in digital marketing and an amazing friend. Kiruba, it's a great opportunity for me to talk with you.
Pleasure is mine too, Ashvin.
We've been helping people on how they can grow, and I like what you said. If you're on social media and if you're helping people, that's a great place to start. And what we both are talking is about helping how the viewer can actually grow and be an impactor and an influencer. Today, we're going to dive into a very critical topic. How do you actually be a master in Instagram? Instagram is an amazing platform more for younger people. That's what you mentioned last time, and a lot of people following. But how can I impact? How can the viewer who's there asking this question? I understand it's big, a lot of people there. How do I master this, or how do I be a great influencer in Instagram?
Got it. So my first advice is, if you're not on Instagram, please be on Instagram. That's the first one. Because surprisingly, you said you introduced Instagram as a very big, large, powerful platform, but I'm still very surprised. Even corporate companies, even professionals, even artists, including pastors, surprisingly many of them are not there. Even if they are there, what they do is they are under a locked profile. They're a private account, which means that their role of influence is only left to their own close friends. I think that's a missed opportunity. So the first thing that I want to start is, if your goal is to become an efficient and effective influencer, you must be on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, you have to make your account public, not private. The third one is to understand the DNA of Instagram and how the platform works. Important thing for you to note is that Instagram is probably the only social network in the world that does not allow you to add links to your post.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So the reason why they don't allow links in any of your posts is because they don't want audience to click and escape out of their platform. They want people to spend as much time in the platform as possible.
It's part of the DNA.
It's part of the DNA. Now, why do they do that? Because they know that bulk of their revenues comes from advertising. And only if you're there on the platform will you watch advertising, and that's how they make money. So understanding this is also important. The next one you need to understand is that Instagram is a powerful visual medium. The advantage for us is that because it is a visual medium, and they say a picture speaks 1,000 words, your most powerful weapon in your body, which is your mobile phone, becomes as the best content creation tool. So you need to take lots of effective photos and then tell your story. So the good news is that Instagram is the easiest content creation platform. Next point that I want to emphasize on is there are 3 specific areas in Instagram that you'll have to understand. First is stories, post, and reels. Now, what are stories? Stories are, think of it like behind the scene. Like, for example, we are here in the studio, and you will notice that in the studio, everything is meticulously arranged. The props behind, the lights, and the way how we are dressed. So that, think of it as an ultimate output. But people are also interested in knowing what goes behind the scene, right? People will be interested to see that, hey,
how did this guy set this up?
How did this person set this up? So people are also interested in knowing what it takes out there. How is it being set up? Telling the behind the scenes story and telling that is a very good way to build a relationship with your audience. So that is very important. So first one is stories, and stories also disappear. They disappear in 24 hours. So if you take a photo and put it on Instagram stories, it will be there for 24 hours. After 24 hours, it will disappear. So why did they do that? Because they know that youngsters are very conscious of leaving their digital footprint. Oh no, if I put a story of me partying with somebody, or if I put a story of me not being properly groomed, will people make fun of me 5 years later, 10 years later? But now, when they know that it is not going to be there, it'll disappear in 24 hours, people are much more easy. It makes them confident.
That's also DNA.
That's also a DNA. So it is super important for you to use stories as a way to tell the behind the scenes stories on things. That's number one. The second one is post. Post is, think of it like a blog. You put a picture or you put a short video and then you explain. But even better than post is the reason why Instagram is super successful is for the third one, which is called Reels. These are 90-second videos that you can do. And because it is 90 seconds, it forces people to tell stories in a concise manner. It forces people to be very conscious of their time. And it also adheres to the fact that many people have shorter attention span. Nobody will have the time to watch a 10-minute, 15-minute or 30-minute video. This is just 90 seconds and it's very snippy, and people are addicted to the short format videos. So Instagram is a very, very powerful platform. And I would say if you don't have the time to do it, if you can't do all three, start with only Reels. Focus on producing short format videos. Many reel apps that helps you create very interesting reels. So go ahead and do that. So that would be my advice.
Yeah, that's a brilliant way of putting it, Kiruba. For those who are thinking it's too public, I think your note of what you said just encourages people to go public, because it's just there for one day. And if you're even speaking, even before you go to the stage, what are your emotions? What are you thinking? What's happening behind the stage? Matters a lot, and that's a large number of people wanting to know, which will actually take them to the stage. Am I right with that?
You're absolutely correct.
So by missing that behind the stage moment, we are missing a huge audience to actually who's going to come to your main stage. Yes. So I think that's, we don't want people to miss that, and that's so nicely you have put that story part. But also, what are the checkpoints I need to be careful when I'm doing that? Yes, it's casual, yes, it's public, but I'm not a great photographer, but I'm not a great Instagram reel producer. That's a struggle which people have. How do I still be effective in Instagram?
Very nice. The way how to be is to overcome these hurdles is first to acknowledge that these are the hurdles. Oh, I don't have a good phone is a hurdle that many people face.
Right.
If I have a phone, my camera in the phone is not very effective. Acknowledge that fact. I am not a good photo taker. Acknowledge that fact. I don't know how to edit reels. Acknowledge that fact. By acknowledging, that gives you it releases your tension, and it helps you to then go and say, what can I do to overcome it? Can I buy a phone with a better camera? Right? It's a very powerful thing. Second, if you don't know editing, reels editing, can I watch a few YouTube videos and get better at reels editing? So that will give you a wonderful way to overcome this. The next point that you rightly said is, what should I not do, right? So in Instagram, you should not leave a long gap. That's very important, because if you leave a long gap, if you post once in a week, that's not very helpful. You need to be active every single day. Even if you're putting just one photo as a story, just put it every single day. That will be useful.
Kiruba, that's great tips. In fact, for those who are contemplating whether should I be in Instagram, you really push the boundary by saying, you know what, I need to be in Instagram. I need to be in public, not private mode. And also, it's about being natural. That's a big thing, which I feel the DNA of Instagram is be natural, be yourself. And I think we will take them to the stage. If you show them what's happening behind the stage, you draw them to the stage. Kiruba, what's the next topic we're going to talk in the next episode?
We are sticking with the theme of videos. We focused on short format videos. And the next episode, we're going to be talking about long format videos. And the big daddy of long format videos is YouTube. We are going to go really deep inside mastering YouTube.
I'm looking forward for that. And for those who are watching us, this is Kirubashankar, speaker, author, and a digital influencer. And you're hearing from one of the best in the marketplace. Remember that you are an influencer. Your gift is your calling. And what your calling is what you operate as your influence. See you soon. Press that subscribe button so that we can learn and we can be effective influencers to help someone out there.